distractions. I say it all the time. There's no friends, no families, and there's most definitely not no goddamn coworkers coming around me. But moreover, all of that has kept me far into my money getting, my great health, my energy cultivation. Like I said, a lot of these people that may hate you, and then especially online shit, bro. These niggas have no presence, right? And that's one thing I can always say. I've just aligned myself with a great presence, a great aura, energy, and now that I've come to see that within myself, that is all that I want to see in anybody else. Right? Like, I don't even find any interest in the news. Like, I could care less about motherfucking mainstream media. I talk about Drake all the time. Bullshit Drake. Whatever these mainstream artists got going on, whatever's happening in the actual news, I don't even know. I don't know. Man, my days are all the same. They revolve around my improvement. And when I look outside to an external object, I only support things that are also improving. I like to think of this as an investment because all the people that I've come to align myself with, they give tips. They're on this type of shit, this spiritual growth. As I say, finding spiritual soul is another blessing in my motherfucking life. To be able to realize that, hey, we really do this shit, and there's a lot of motherfuckers who are not actually walking that path. As much as they want to say they do, and I love to see that. Like I said, I only want to see other blessed beings walking in the embodiment of their blessings. There's a lot of fakeness in authenticity. Can't even say this shit. Who give a fuck, right? That shit is everywhere. It's rampant. And these motherfuckers are leeching off your energy game. Like we say, protect your gains. You gotta be able to, as Paul Bryson said, you gotta fall down sometimes so that you may recognize your downfalls and pick yourself right back fucking up. You're always gonna have this constant battle between good and evil within yourself. Right? Now let's talk about it, nigga. Semen retention, a big one. Motherfuckers will have this, what do you call it, streaks. You will go on, and this is especially when you first start out, that demon, the succubus, the incubus, whatever you want, those lustful spirits name, they torment you, especially when they see that you're actually putting up a fight. And now you might get a little bit of a streak, like Paul Bryson. A lot of these motherfuckers have had damn near year-long streaks plus, right? No leakage, if you will. And I know what that's like, nigga. We still battle with that shit all the motherfucking time. You will get a good streak, you'll fall, and you'll notice you have a lack of clarity. The energy ain't as potent, You still may have this clarity, but it's just not as powerful as it once was, right? And this is how we can say that shit goes hand in hand with your life. You will go through these times where you have a lot of, say like work hours, you're getting tons of overtime, and then maybe you get laid off, right? This happened with a lot of blue collar niggas. But the most important thing with that, as we said previously, is that foundation, those non-negotiable routines, that structured morning. Even though you feel like shit, you still stick with what you know will work. Because it fucking works. dissonance with a lot of these people who claim to be so spiritual. For one, they lack out authenticity. They're not even walking no motherfucking path. They don't even know what that path is. They just, they watch niggas talk about something and they just follow that. Two, lack of accountability. Like I said, nigga, you think I don't be fucking up? We on that battle of lust every day. There's so many beautiful women out here, gang. If you, story for another day, type shit. Three, as in the Matrix, the man, I talked about this before, the man that did the backdoor, that motherfucker literally himself says ignorance is bliss as he's eating a fake ass steak that he knows is fake, that he knows is not even, the taste isn't real, but he couldn't stand that path of eating the bullshit food to actually free people of this. What do you want to call it? I got fuck it. We'll just call it the Matrix. Yeah, with the documentary itself. And as we tie this all in together, I said you gotta fall to be able to actually transmute these bad things, if you will. And I said they're not bad, but you gotta learn through experience. You would never know the power of semen retention, fasting, celibacy, intense aerobic exercise, none of that until you don't do it. You know what I mean? Or until you get a good streak going and until you fall off. And you gotta get back on that, right? That all being said, nigga, you just gotta stick with whatever the fuck it is in your present moment. As you said in the very first shit today, true spiritual success is being able to identify with yourself, knowing who you are, and moreover being present. The awareness of what is happening at this exact moment. Maybe you did fuck up. Are you going to continue to fuck up, or are you going to make that change to do better? Alright? As I always say, family, plant that motherfucking seed. Be fruitful. Allow those apples to fall and hit you in the motherfucking head. Like Newton. Alright? You gotta get those hard lessons sometimes. They're the best. They stick the most. With that being said, I hope you enjoy your day, your night, your morning, whatever the fuck time it is in your made up reality that we love to call this life matrix. I hope you enjoy that shit. You know what I mean? Make the most of it. You don't got a lot of time in this flesh suit that we call human. You know what I mean? Do the work that you are required to do, that your spirit is calling on you to do while you're still here. And baby, don't be afraid to fuck up. It makes for a great blooper compilation. Trust